Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to take one of your Google Calendars, how to export it and then re-import it into a new calendar that you create to make it updated for the next year. It's not going to be a perfect transition, but it's going to be a lot better than the alternative. So right now on my screen I have the month view in my Google Calendar for my Photo 2 class. So I want to update this for 2005. Currently I'm in September 2014. So I could click on all my events, go to edit events, or go to copy to my calendar. But the problem is it's just a lot of clicks and it's really annoying, especially if you have, for my Photo 1, in a semester I have like 84 different events. So what I'm going to do is I am going to show you how to export all these events within a calendar and then how to re-import them into a new calendar for the new year. So let's get started. So first thing you're going to need is you're going to need a little program online, very handy, called GTimeReport. So if I have a GTimeReport, it's right there. I'm going to click on it. Oops, should have been .com, but Google likes to search anyways. So GTimeReport takes your Google Calendars and converts them into either an Excel file or a Google spreadsheet. I'm going to use Google Sheets for this just because we'll stick entirely with the Google Suite. So I'm going to go to log into your Google account right up here. I already did this for one of mine. When you log into your Google account, you'll have to give them your name and password, and you'll have to give them permission to access your calendars. So I did that. Now I am here. I'm going to select the calendar that I wish to make into this Excel file, so Photo 2. I'm going to change the date. I'm going to go over here to 2014, and you actually have to click on it. So I'm only copying my fall semester to my fall semester as well. So I'll just start here on the 28th. Now it's 2014 to today, 2018. I am then going to deselect this button that says Filter Whole Day Events, primarily because when I made my calendar, I made all my events whole day events. I didn't make them specific times just because I didn't know which classes would be going at which times. So I'm going to go there. I'm then going to press Create Google Spreadsheet. When I first did this, it will ask you to give permissions to GTimeReport to allow it to access your Google Spreadsheets. So I already did that. So here I am now. So it made a new time report file. This is, again, in my drive. And if you look, now everything's in this cool Excel file, or Google Sheets file. We're going to have to do some formatting to make this fit so we can re-import it into a way that Google Calendars will recognize. That's going to be known as a CSV file, comma separated values. And in order to do that, we're going to have to do some formatting. So first thing, we're just going to start deleting some columns we don't need. These will mess with the formatting. So I'm going to delete column A. It was entirely empty. I'm going to delete this one called Projects. We don't need that. For this one that says Text, I'm going to rename that to Subject with a capital S. I'm now going to delete this one that says Weekday. Now I'm on the one that says Dates. So first thing I'm actually have to do is change the formatting of these dates. And it's kind of silly, but in the CSV file, it needs to be 2 digits for the month and the date. So right now it just says 9. That's not going to fly. It needs to be 09 for the month. So I have to go here to my More Formats. I'm going to go down here to More Formats. I'm going to collect more date and time formats. I already created a new one, so it's sitting right here. But to create this, you're just going to click up here where it says month and go to leading with 0, day, leading with 0, and the year needs to be full numeric year. I'm going to apply that. And now if you notice, it's the proper format. It's 0908. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to update this for the next year. So I'm going to select the first value in the 2014s, and I'm going to go all the way down, highlight them all. I'm now going to go to Edit, Find and Replace, and I'm going to replace all my 2014s with 2015s. I'm going to press Replace All. Voila, those changed. Now I'm going to really simply do my 2015s into 2016s. Replace all. I was on the wrong one for that. Let me go back in time. Not sure why those were still selected. Mostly just to make me look silly. Find and replace, 2015. Yeah. There we go. Okay, very nice. So done. That is date. I have to actually change the title of this now. I'm going to change it to start and then date with a lowercase d. The next one is start time, and that's actually going to stay there. So that's actually kind of cool. I'm going to delete duration, day accumulated, and location. These columns are not necessary for what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to delete columns. Oops, it didn't actually select them all. Whatever, I'll just do it the slow way. And delete column. So now we have subject, start date, start time, description. If I had a subscription or description like first day of class, I'm going to write starting to learn manual settings on our cameras. So if you had any description in your actual calendar event, this is where it's going to be located. And for most of these I didn't. Most of those I just had them in the subject. But just make sure you save these description column if you have it. So now subject, start date, start time. What I'm going to do is actually I'm going to add a column right here, which is finicky. Come on. Right click, I'm going to insert column to the right. This one I'm going to title all day event, because when I made mine, they were all day events. And this is kind of odd because it makes these have to be capitalized, the A, the D, and the E, unlike the start date and start time. Exactly why, I don't know. Someone needs to work on their formatting. And then I'm going to write true for these. I'm going to then copy this value, and I'm now going to paste it in the rest. So I'm going to select them all, holding Shift, and now I'm press Command V, and now these are all true values. That's going to be important for me. Otherwise, it's not going to show up on my daily calendar. It'll show up on the monthly view, but not the daily or weekly or 4-day view. So I'm doing that. Now we just have to do a few things to make sure that everything is 100% readable by the CSV file. If something's a little off, it'll give you error messages. So first thing, these will create error messages where it says total, because they're not assigned to anything. Those are going to be deleted, otherwise they'll mess with it. Now I'm going to go through, and I need to make sure that there are no commas in any of my cells. The CSV again stands for comma separated values. So what it would do is to say subject, comma, start date, comma. So if you have photographic triangle, comma, okay, it messes it up now because now start date is now how to use manual settings, and it doesn't read that and it gives you an error. So I'm going to go to edit, find and replace. I'm going to put a comma in, and I'm now going to press replace all, and it's actually going to replace them with quotation marks around it, which is going to be handy. So that's going to be good because that's going to get rid of any possible quotation marks. So replace all, then done. And now I am ready to go. So I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to Download As, and I'm going to do a CSV, a comma separated values. It's going to go into my Downloads folder. It's a super tiny file. I'm now going to go back to my Nicolet High School calendar. I'm going to go to Calendar, create a new calendar. So I'm going to make one for myself. This is going to be Photo 2, 2015 Fall. And this is all fine, so I'll go to Create Calendar. I'm now going to go to My Calendars. I'm going to go to Settings. And if I scroll all the way down, there'll be a button for Import Calendar. I'm going to click that. I'm now going to go to File. I'm going to choose that CSV file I just created. So there it is, nice and small. I'm going to go to Calendar, and I'm going to import it into my new Photo 2 2015 Fall Calendar. And this is where the magic happens. I'm going to press Import. And that actually worked out really well. It's successfully imported all my events. So I'm going to press Close. And now, if I go back, oops, I just had to press the back button. Now if I go back, and I'm on 2014, it might take a moment for it to load, but it's usually pretty fast. Now if I go to September 2015, if I look down here, my Photo 2 2015 fall, now I have all my events recreated. So it's not going to be perfect because obviously the dates aren't exactly the same from year to year, but I can now click and drag easily in this month view as opposed to having to click into each and every event and edit it separately. So this will save you tons of time. I'll add any additional comments or links down below in the video description. And that can actually be relatively useful because depending on if you have different values, you have certain start times and end times that you want to have the same. There's very specific ways you have to make your CSV file. So I'll have a link to that in the description. So just kind of follow that along. You'll have to make some new comments, some new columns, but it's really not too bad. So hope you enjoy it and hope this saves you a bunch of time. I know it saved me literally hours. Thank you and goodbye.